Welcome along, you outdoor freaks. Welcome back to Wayne's Outdoors. Friday afternoon, it's 3 o'clock, just about 3 o'clock. I'm back at the brook on the Christchurch ticket. Both rods are already out, I'm already set up. Yeah, raring to go. Raring to go. Fish in the area, I'm hoping they're hungry. I've got, decent swim. Well lucky to get this swim, because these swims are normally stitched up all the time. And luckily, Clive, the gentleman that was fishing here until this morning, he's just done 48. He was fishing here till this morning. He was packed up and walking back to the car park as I was walking down with my bucket. And he said, I've just left 18, mate. And luckily he told me how much bait he put out. He's put out 5 kilos of pellet over towards the island, 2 kilo of boilie, but he spread that between 3 spots. So obviously I'm not going in heavy baited anyway. I've put 1 catapult pouch over my right hand rod and 1 midi spom over my left hand rod, which is fishing in the alcove up to the island. My right hand rod is about 2/3 of the way across the gully. I'll show you in a minute. Only fishing 2 rods today. I've got the option of putting a 3rd one out, but I'm just going to go with 2 and see what happens. Let me spin you round. Right, so obviously all set up. They've been doing so much work here. They've took loads of trees down because they've been spawning, so they've been doing loads of work. They've opened all the banks up. They're going to do the island as well. They're going to trim all the trees back on the island to the island, because you don't realise how far back the island is. You're losing so much water, and all the fish hold up in all the snags all the way round don't move as much. They're going to undercut them all, take loads of them off, get the fish moving round. So I've put my rods down that side because the water level's so low, and I don't want obviously big lines going across because there's loads of bird life here. And on this side I've done my rod, because if you put your net on that, it just chews your nets to bits. They just get stuck, because that goes all the way down obviously to the bottom there, and your nets get stuck on them the whole time. So I've got that on there, and I've even got a 2nd net out, because it can be, on the right day, can be pretty prolific here. I've had double takes here before, so, and off different spots, not 2 on a spot double take. I've been playing fish before and had my other rods go off. I've got left one as standard, left one's on a hinge. Left one is fishing in that alcove there on a hinge with a midi spom of boilie just off it. Boilie's not quite, I've not got it right on where it is, it's just off it. And then see where them 2 tree trunks are? My right hand spot is in the middle of them 2 tree trunks, directional wise, but you've got the channel there, and it's it's in between them tree trunks, but it's 2/3 of the way across in that channel, and it's silt with the odd little bit of stone in it, relatively firm but silty. And that one's just got a pouch with me catapult over it. Just wait for the foam to pop up and then pinged them straight over the top, and I got it bang on. So, which is, I've got a new catapult. My other catapult, literally, I had the ESP one, the big boilie one, the strong one, and it's lasted me, don't even know when. I only bought it this year, and it's all the elastics have split on it already, so I'm going to give up on that one. I could have bought new elastics, but I've just got the new Corda one, the big heavy duty Corda one, and you can feel the difference in the elastics straight away. So I'm going to give that one a go and see how that one goes, because I had the original Corda heavy one and it lasted me a long time, long time. So we'll see how this one goes. So yeah, rods are out, I'm all set up. Nice tidy swim, 1 for food, 1 for drinks. It's going to be boiling hot. I've gone away from having a bivvy table and I've gone for a tray, because I always bring a cool box with me. The bivvy table just used to take up dead space. So I thought I'm just going to get a tray and use that as my bivvy table, and then I can just move it around. And then I'll still obviously my bag and my water. Happy days. Don't bring a lot, just bring what I need. And even then it seems too much. I have to do 2 trips when I've got my call boxes, but I don't mind that. I'm never in a rush anyway, so. Gentleman over there that's fishing the tree line. He's putting a lot of bait out. He's put a lot of spoms out, so I'm going to keep an ear out for what he's doing. If he starts having fish and they're hungry, then it might be a case of pinging a few more out, but just going to fish for a bite at a time at the moment and see what happens. Right, I'm going to get a coffee on, and hopefully we can have a fish. It's just gone 4:10. It's a weird view today, obviously, because my rod's right over in the left hand corner there. I'm fishing sort of to the right, rod's to the left, fishing to the right. It's a bit of a weird one, but I did have the camera facing at the rods at first, but then I thought, well, you know, I want you to see the lake, so it is what it is. Don't matter if you can't see the rods properly, does it? I'm pretty sure I keep seeing fish just sort of moving, swirling around out in front, sort of on the back of that dead spot that you can see, that flat spot, that's from the wind, sort of on the back of that, sort of around that area. It might, yeah, over there, one slightly in it then. So I'm going to make a zig up, just in case, because if nothing happens on the bottom, I'm contemplating sticking a zig out. Might even stick my other rod out. I might have to stick my other rod out. I might have to move my rods over. The trouble is, I don't want my rods up this high. That's the only trouble. If I do that, my 2, I'll have to put the 2 that I've got now, you know, round here somewhere, and my single one over there, and I'll have my single one over that side, fishing out to a zig, and my other 2 this side, fishing towards the island. So I could back lead off the end of the rod so that the lines ain't going out for the birds, but then if I'm back leading, the fish have got an extra, what, 6 foot of line. And I was hoping not to have a back lead on. I might have to flip it round. Let me have a think about it. Right, well, as you can see, I've moved them 2. It's not as sturdy as I'd like it on the back end. A little, but not really a lot I can do about it because of the substrate. I was going to, they're not back-leaded at the moment. Don't know if I'm going to backlead them. They're a little bit out of sync, they're not quite level, but I might be able to, my OCD might be able to put up with it because it's not that much. I'm short of bringing my rods in and going back to the van to get a different bank stick for the rear. I've just got to set my other rod up now because my other rod's still got braid on it. I need to put my mono spool on it and then zig it up. I'm going to do that now. Right, it's R5. That's it. Left hand rod is now out. That's on a zig. And I've got it about 18 inches under the surface. No, I'm happy for that to just stay there now. Obviously I know I haven't got to touch it. I know I haven't got to rebait it. So that can just sit there and sit there all weekend if it needs to. I've got it out at about 14 wraps, around about that. That was it. It's only been out 2 minutes. Got it on the old hinge zig. So confident in that zig. Fish go anywhere near it, it nails them. Fingers crossed. That'll do me something. Right. So I've got one on the bottom, one on a hinge, one on a zig. Edging my bets there. Bottom bait is a match the hatch but with a little pink topper. Hinge rig is a 12mm yellow pop-up with a little pink topper on it. And then obviously the zig is a black bit of foam. Oh, I can sit and relax now. I'm gonna have another coffee. Had a couple of beeps on my right hand rod now. Quite a few fish topping out there, so it'd be nice if that zig went. Loads of midges, loads of flies about, so there might be a little hatch going on out there. It can't be far off Flant Day now. If that happened, there's flying ants everywhere. That zig would be game on. Might even happen at one point this weekend. It's quite late to not have had it yet. There's been a few lumping. See that just on the right hand corner of the picture there, that big dead tree? There's been some lumping under there, which is, you know, that's just off the back, a couple of rod lengths off the back of my right hand spot. Probably about 3-4 rod lengths. So hopefully they'll move out of there. Obviously sat up in there under that snag, and move out of there as it gets dark. That's what normally happens. And hopefully they'll drop on my spot. Bloody mozzies here are absolutely relentless. So many of them. Be nice to get off the mark tonight. One will do. Just one the weekend will do me. About 2 weeks of hard fishing on the other lake. It'd be nice to get one here. Just gone 8:30 now. Got a nice bit of overcast now. Hopefully start getting some lumping out soon. I do like to lump out here, as you'll know if you've seen my videos before. Almost every single swim is full. There's not many free. I think there's none over there. There's one to the left of me, free. That's the only one down this end of the lake. Hopefully get a chance to land one before the morning. Put it that way for a bit, see if anything lumps out near the island. Moody skies at the moment. It's 1:30 at the moment. I keep getting, I presume it's liners on my zig. Keep getting beeps on it anyway, which is good, but also annoying because it keeps waking me up. And if it's going to go, I'd rather it just blimmin' went and just beeped all night and kept me awake. Every time it beeps, I jump up and look at it. Hopefully one of them will go soon. Right, it's just coming up to R3. I've just had my first fish, but unfortunately it was a tench. I mean, it was a nice one, probably £6-7, but not what I wanted. Nice little fight out of it, but it might even have been a bit bigger than that. It was a big fat tench, to be fair, but it's gone back out. If that happens again, I'm going over to bigger baits. Much bigger baits. Big snowman on that bottom I'm going to go if that happens again. But we'll see. Oh, it's a moth. Landed right on me light. Brilliant. Keep getting beeps on my zig. Had another one then as I was putting that rod out. Thought it was going to go, but we'll see. Back to sleep. Just coming out to 8 o'clock. Still lumping out there. They have not stopped lumping all night. A chap in the swim dead opposite. Swim 2, I think he had one about 1 o'clock last night. I think it was a carp. I mean, it could have been a tench, but he had something on, but I think it was a carp. Sounded like it. And that was like out sort of middles, out middle of the lake, not over towards the island or anything. And that sounds like they're lumping. That one that just lumped was well, pretty much in line with his bivvy. I'm going to move my, what is my middle rod, which is the left-hand rod of the two you can see in front, away from that island. And put it more out into open water. Someone's cooking sausages and it's making me hungry. I'm gonna have some soon myself. Just sat here drinking coffee. Just had another 2 flop out mid water. You know, like head and shoulders, just a little roll over. See in line with where them seagulls are. See that tree that's down? See that tree that's fallen down? That blew down yesterday afternoon. Looks like that one next to it's going to go and all by the looks of it. Where they've done so much work here, clearing all the banks, clearing all the big, they've cut a lot of trees down behind me on the big bank. And they've thinned the bank out as well, the lake, actual bank. And you're getting a lot more wind blowing across the lake now. And we had a big southwesterly yesterday which blows from directly over me. And it took that tree down. You can see it's so undercut, the banks are so undercut here that that's going to start happening a lot now that they've thinned it out. But at least it never went in the lake. They're going to come in today and clean it out. They're going to come and cut it up and take it away today. But it looks like that one next to it. Looks like it could go. And even the one over to the right, that you can see just to the right of the picture, just to the right of that chap that's spotting. That one there looks like it could go as well. That's leaning a fair bit. Haha. Oh, it's fun and games, isn't it, eh? God, the goddamn chest. See where that seagull is on the water now out in front? Oh, it's not a seagull, sorry, it's a grebe. Grebe. That's about where them fish flopped out, right there. If it keeps going left, in line with that, the big tree that you can see in the background there, the big dome. My zig's in line with that. Not quite out as far as that, being that little ripply bit of water here. Fingers crossed for today. Might make a couple of changes. I keep getting liners on my zig, so I'm thinking I'm going to drop it down a bit more. I'll drop it down another foot. I'm wondering if they're swimming underneath it, going through it. Just a thought, so I can always pop it back up again. Obviously I've had nothing at that depth, so I'm going to drop it again. I'm going to drop it another foot. Oh, that was a big one just lumped out. Did you see that then? Trying to take me into the corner where the snags used to be. They took most of them out. Just all undercut now, so I'll be careful we don't get in under the roots, but it's right round the corner. Got him. Get in. Get in. Right, that was fun. I'll bring you back. Finally off the mark. Lovely looking common. That'll do. Yes. Right, he's a lively little bugger. It's £14. Oh my word, thanks for that. Jesus. Hyped up little male. Let's get this over with, mate, shall we? Just get this over with quick. There we go. Not gonna have it, is he? Well, I'm soaked anyway. Suppose it's only fair. Look, mate, seriously. Why are the bigger ones so much easier to handle? Everything's nice, everything's cool, everything's wet. Let's try again. There we go, £14. Let's get him back, eh? Little pest. I can't remember if I've ever shown you these before. I think I have. This is the, they call them Chinese mystery snails. They're giant water snails that are an invasive species in the UK that we've got here. Look at the size of them. You know the carp are getting big. Munching on them bad boys. Without a doubt. Great food, that is. Great natural bait. I don't really know how you'd have to do it. You'd probably have to crack them out the shell and hair the meat on. And then you'd probably end up getting eels as well, but what a bait. Crush some up and drop a line over them. You could crush them up and put a natural over it and match the hatch sort of colour over the top of it. Just had one lump out then. Under there. Still just the one at the moment. I'm pretty confident though that I'm going to have another one now that obviously they're feeding on them match the hatch ones, because they're not interested in the colours. Hopefully get another one soon and try and decide if I'm going to do something with these snails. Come on then. Yeah.
Honestly, very tame.
Very tame. You got to quite often find him in my bivvy.
Yeah. That make you jump at night.
Yeah, better than the rats.
True.
I just put my zig back up to about a foot under. So I've gone up higher. I dropped it down and still nothing. I've now dropped it back up again. And I've just had a couple of liners on it again. I didn't have any liners on it when I dropped it down. Now that it's up higher again, I've had another line on it. Literally within 5 minutes of it being up there. So I think they are up in that upper layer. Just need one to open its mouth and get nailed on it. There's definitely fish up there moving around, swimming around in the upper layers without a doubt. But that common is still the only fish out on the lake. The two chaps opposite, I don't know if I told you, because my mate that knows them, that's round there, he's now moved into 15, which is where I am, the next swim down to the right, the other corner of the island. When he walked around earlier, he stuck his bucket in there because matey was going, and he come and spoke to me. He said, I don't know if I told you, they both hooked a fish in the night opposite, but they both lost it. So that common, although the lake is absolutely full, that common is the only fish that's been out on the whole lake since yesterday. Well, since Thursday night. Or do I leave the hinge on and just hoping that picks off a better fish and just hope that I can get, you know, a couple and one just showing off the end of that bush again. Just leave the one on the zig, leave the one on the bottom, hoping that they'll pick one off. Or do I change from the hinge and put that on the bottom as well, on the bottom bait? I've got a chance of getting more smaller fish, but less of a chance of getting a big one. Or do I leave the hinge on and just hope that a bigger one, because there's, you know, there's over 30 30s in here. I think I'm just going to leave it on a hinge, and just in the knowledge that if that does go, chances are it's going to be a better fish. Let's see what happens with that zig. Fingers crossed. Right, I've had a change round. I've moved my zig over. My zig is now in that gully there, for the simple reason that I've been watching through my monocular all the fish cruising with their backs out and their tails out in that gap there for the last 10 minutes. Just moving around in there, up on the surface, cruising around, sticking their tails out. So I've just put my zig over there and I've stuck it a foot under the surface. With any luck, obviously I've probably spooked them because I put it out there, but with any luck they'll come back up in a bit. And my hinge rig that was in there is now on a single, whopped out at range on my left hand rod. There's obviously something in there. I mean, I know it's catching the sun, but there's a big hatch going on as well. And they were all up, topping, and then I looked over and there's backs and tails. You can see all the flies and that over there and everything landing over there now. I was watching like a shoal of them. There was quite a few over there. So I should be keeping an eye on that again now. And now my left one is out there. Literally where my zig was, but a little bit further. I didn't clip it up. I just smashed it out. And then just sort of like stopped it before it hit the water to straighten it all out. Be worth a try, isn't it? Hey, there's one there just topped. So they're back already. Put my zig out 10 minutes ago. They're already topping in there again. I'm actually feeling quite confident about that zig at the moment. They're always off the end of that bush. There's a lot of them. I was watching them all moving out, in and out of there before. So that goes back quite far in there. It's deceiving how far back that goes. That's why I put it shallow, literally like it's a foot under. So if they're swimming along, it's going to be right in their face. Worth a shout, eh? They are. Oh, that's almost where my zig is. Where that one just topped there, that little bit there that just topped up. It's right under that, my zig. I'll put my phone down just in case. That'll be no good if I get a bite now. That's a tail there, just popped up there at the back, a bit of a tail in it. Yeah, there, look. See it at the back there? They are, it's just gone back under again. It's a tail or a back. And another one there. They're on the move out again, right. And one there at the front. Yeah, there's one there moving at the front, look. You see it there? That's where my zig is. I better get this phone back down and come on. They're back. I'm watching through the monocular at the same time. The backs and tails keep coming up again. The jig is ever going to work, you'd think it'd be in there now. That dragonfly, that blue down, I don't think it is a downfly, it is a dragonfly, a big one. Keeps trying to land, and every time it goes to land, it looks like a fish is trying to grab it. Come on, carp, come and take that dragonfly, it'll be quality. Bosh out and grab it. It's showing a little bit off the end of that bush as well. There's one just erupted up, tried to grab that dragonfly. There's a big tail come up. Literally watch this for hours. I don't know if it's boring for you, I hope not. So many flies out there hatching off that surface. Come on, fish. Let's have a big scaly one just bosh out right now in that gap. bosh there a lot. They're showing right off the point of that bush to the left as well. Don't know if you saw that one then, would have been down in the bottom left corner of the screen if you just caught it. There's just a back out back there then, either a back or a tail. Come on, carp, let's have ya. Well, it's 9:30. I've just redone my right hand rod and my middle rod, the two you can see. I've changed them from lead clip systems over to heli systems because it's quite silty out there. That one I put back out in the night after I had that tench was plugged, and when I brought it in, like the rig was a bit silty as well, so that's been sat down in the silt. So I've changed over to heli systems now and pushed the bead up. Just literally, just as I was about to cast my left hand rod, the two you can see, my middle rod, back over into that alcove, over where them ducks are, the little pests. A fish lumped as I was just about to cast, and that's a yellow, now just a plain yellow pop-up on a hinge rig. So the fish lumped right in there, and I literally dropped it right on its head. So there's a fish down there with a nice little bright yellow one. So I can stay down there for now. I'm just going to make another one up, another hinge with a yellow on it, just in case. If that goes, I'm going to need a replacement. Giving that hook a sharpen just to make sure it's, oh, that's perfect. Oh, ouch, yeah, that's sharp. And I'm going to make some breakfast because I'm really, really hungry. God, I'm starving. Come on, you carps. I'm starting to think that maybe they want more bait. The gentleman over there that had one last night, he put 10, 15 spawns out and had one. The chap that was in this swim before me put out 5 kilos of pellet and 2 kilos of boilie, and he had 2. I think he was here for 48. I think it was 48 hours he was here for, and he had 2. So the chap who's fishing over on what is, you can see here, the bank to the left of me, I don't know if he had one last night, but he put about 30 spawns out when he put his out. I don't know if he had one. I've literally put 2 out since I've been here, and that's on the longer spot, and I've put, you know, catapult pouches over the right one, but that probably only equates to 2 spoms maximum, I should imagine. And my spoms are midi spoms anyway. I'm just wondering whether just to put a couple of spoms out over in that gap where I've got my hinge rig, just to see if it makes a difference. My right hand rod that I put back out, that's gone to match the hatch now. I've took the colour off it. Mainly because I don't want, I've gone to a snowman match the hatch, so that I don't hopefully pick up any more tench. I mean, there's always a chance. There's some pretty big tench in here, but we'll see. All food for thought. Right now, I'm cooking food for my belly. Well, I think it's coming up to about 9 o'clock now, and I've took the zig off purely because my mate, who's in the swim down to the right, the next one down the other corner of the island, he's just lost a real good one off of the island, feeding on the bottom. So, and obviously I had that other one, so there's obviously fish feeding on the bottom. I've had that zig in prime position since Friday, and I've had nothing. So I've took the zig off and I've gone on the bottom and I've put it over into the alcove where the fish were up on the surface. There's just been a real good one bosh over there as well. And so I've now got a bottom bait over there, and I've put 3 spoms of boilies over it, because my mate in that swim there, he put a kilo of bait out, put a kilo of boilies out on the spot, and he's just lost a good one. So they're obviously, there's a good chance they could be looking for bait, because obviously it only opened Monday because they've spawned, so there could be some in here looking for bait, looking for food. So I've put 3 spoms out and I matched the hatch. So we'll see what happens. So I've now got my left hand rod, which is just on a hinge rig, single, just smashed out long into the mid water. And then the other 2, the right hand one in the gully and the left hand one off the island, the middle one off the island. Hopefully it'll do something, fingers crossed. And hopefully I'll have a reason to see you before morning. Right, scrap that. It's not about 9 o'clock, it's actually 9:45. So I don't know where that last hour's gone. I thought it was about 9:45, 10 minutes ago. No, it's 9:45, so yeah, it's going to be dark very soon. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you again in a bit. Quarter-past 10, I've just had a tench on that rod I've just done. That one I changed from a zig. Just had a tench on it. I've just had to put a new rig on it. Luckily I'd made a rig out. It did me hook. So I've had to put a fresh one out, obviously. Bloody rig was only out there, what, half an hour? No, well, it wasn't even that by the time it went out, 20 minutes. all excited when it went. I thought, oh, here we go. At least I didn't lose the lead. Right, carp this time, please. 4:15. I know it's not carp, but beautiful big old tench. Big tench there. That's got to be. It's a good 7-8 pound, that one. Big tench. Let's get it back out. Get my rod back out. It's now coming up to 5:15. Been up about an hour now. Just making a coffee. I've seen a couple of shows. There was a lot of lumping last night in the night. There was one then in the far distance over on the far margin to the left in the corner. There was a lot of lumping last night. It sounded like some real big uns. It sounded like they were like right in close, right here, just to the right, where that other rod is, my other rod is. I'm actually quite surprised I haven't had a carp in the night. I've just redone the rod that I had the tench on. I've now gone over to a big snowman and a bigger hook. Just, I don't want any more tench on that. I've redone the right hand rod as well. I'm going to leave the other one because it's just on a hinge anyway. That's just going to be sat there. So I've got 2 fresh rigs out there now. 2 nice fresh sharp hooks. A few more hours of this. I mean, you can get fish all day here, but you still get like a more prolific bite time early hours. You can do. But I'm all fresh out there now. Don't know what time I had that bite yesterday morning. I might have to go back and have a look. Let me do it now quick. Well, it was 11 o'clock yesterday morning. I had that bite. Plenty of time yet. That was a big tench out the tench I just had, or I had an hour ago. That was a real big tench. I mean, it's probably pushing, wouldn't surprise me if that was pushing a double. It's easy 8 pound. Between 8 and 10. Probably not 10, but 9 maybe. Big tench there. I'm going to have to start bringing a little weigh bag and a little set of scales with me. I have got one, I have got them. Trouble is, it's never going to be near my PB. The closest I've ever come to breaking a British record is tench. British record's 15.4 and I've had a 14.5. That's why I don't generally weigh them really. Like that one I had at Signer last week, the week before, that was probably 12. That was probably pushing 12 pound, but there's no point weighing it because I know it's nowhere near my PB. But then I weigh carp when they're nowhere near my PB, so. Right, I'll have this coffee. Hopefully, we'll get a bite soon. Right, it's about, I don't know what time it is now, 6:15, 6:30, something like that. I've just seen a load of fizzing in this bay here, just to the right. So I brought my hinge rig in, quickly moved my rods along on the pod so that my right hand space was clear. Made a little PVA mesh up with some crushed boilie, a few little whole boilies in it, clipped it on and I've just underarmed it, flicked it out into the bay there, because there was loads of fizzing coming up in there. Never know, it's worth a try. Something going on out there, something going on in there. A lot of activity out there. It's dead calm today, no wind, so plenty of time yet to nick another bite. Especially here, which is good for day bites as well. See what happens. Just had a carp lump out here. There's patches of fizzers coming up constantly all around here, and they have been since 4 o'clock this morning. There's fizzers coming up constantly all out here and all out in that. There's one there now, coming out there now. They're all in here. Where them ducks are down that channel, they all keep coming up. I've got one literally in under where them ducks are now, and I've got one out in here, just on little PVA mesh. How either of those two haven't gone yet, I'm just a little bit shocked, to be honest. It's crazy. I mean, they still might yet, but I'm surprised they haven't. They were lumping all night just in this little bay here. Got to get another one, surely. One of these two rods has got to go. It's literally carp feeding all over this, all round my two spots. You see something on the surface over there. Oh, look. That, I mean, that ain't far. See where that white thing is on the surface near it? Just to the left of that? That's probably about where my spot is, my rig is. Another one coming up there. Crazy. It's got to go soon. Surely one of these have got to go. If not both of them. They're both in prime position. Come on, the carp. Right, it's 20 past 11. They're still fizzing up out here. They're still showing, still fizzing up. Honestly can't believe that I haven't had another bite yet. But I'm not going anywhere yet. I've packed all my bits up. But I'm going to sit here for at least another couple of hours yet. I can't quite believe it. I'm still confident I'm going to have another one though. All the little fizzers coming up around my spots, and somebody's got to get on it soon. Still fish boshing out as well. They're certainly on the move. Like I say, they've got to be hungry fish in here. There's got to be. They spawned all last week. And that would have been the bigger ones, I should imagine. You know, the second big run of them. All the bigger ones take a little bit longer to fill up. They've got to be hungry. Little breeze coming through. Nice. Hopefully we'll have something else. Right, that's it. I'm all packed up. Van's all loaded. Just taking advantage of the facility here on site before I drive away. So I've got an hour's drive. So the one carp, was that 3 tench? One carp. Very, very surprised I didn't have another carp this morning. They're just not interested, are they? I tried everything, different colours, naturals, zigs, bottom baits, hinges, everything. Well, I had the one, so I can't really grumble any more than that. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and like. Please leave a comment. Until next time, Haynes Outdoors out.